Thank you very much, baby Tom. God is good. Whenever you go, God is good. And all the time. And that is his nature. Wow. My name is Dennis Itumbi. I head the Presidential Special Projects and Creative Economy Coordination. That's what I do. I come here first on my own behalf and on that of my office. I've come, people who work with me, you can stand up. Thank you very much. I came with a bit of my office, the rest of them are in Bere, where we are coordinating that campaign on the part of UDA, and therefore, that's why they could all come here. We just came from the campaign over the day. We decided to come over here and mourn Betty. I'm a little guilty about the last moments of Betty, but I did my part. So I remember Garuya and Shiro JP called me. They had called Omombi actually, because we were in Omombi and we were in the middle of a major crisis. We were surrounded by thousands of people, and so Omombi could not speak on phone, so I picked his phone, and Garuya explained I could barely connect the sentences. But later, Garuya called my phone and I was in the car, and as we tried to sort that crisis, and I heard what they wanted was a transfer from AAR to KUTRH or KLH. So at that moment, I got the CEO of KUTRH. I didn't know the condition, so I was asking for a bed. I was later to learn that it was an ICU bed, which they didn't have, and that's how we ended up having to go to KU. So for Betty and family and the children, nasema pole sana for the loss, and that's why I stand here to say pole. As a musician, Betty touched all of us. I particularly liked her song Busy Busy. But not only because of the content of that song, but also because of the title. Because it reminds us that as we are very busy with life, we should prepare for the afterlife. And that's why I love the sermon that was preached here by Evangelist Reverend, I understand now. I appreciate the challenge that's put to us. We put too much time, we become too busy with life, too busy with everything else, and forget to go down on our knees and pray for each other. So for that, I appreciate Betty, because her songs, unlike many of our other songs, which I still appreciate, her songs were a sermon. They preached to us. Every time we listen to, consume her songs, they were basically a sermon. And I know she's going to heaven to receive the two things that all of us will receive when we go to heaven. Jesus promised free housing. I'm a wedding affordable, so free housing in heaven. So government may have prepared the affordable housing here, but she's going to heaven where she's gotten the free housing. And the second thing, the Bible in the book of Revelation chapter 15 theologically says that in heaven our only business will be to sing. So for the artists here, you're the only people who will transit with your career to heaven. The rest of us will drop it here. So I know Betty transits with her career to heaven, to sing full-time, 24/7 and worship, because that's the instruction of the Bible. So I know she's going to sing ahead of us, and all of us are on that journey to get there. I appreciate what the doctor has said, and I hope you have all taken notes, especially on the registration of SHA. Some of you have called me when they're in hospital, and the first question I ask you is, are you registered on SHA? And despite hearing it many times, Chairman, Elder, I have not received a request from any artist who is in hospital who is registered on SHA. Yet, sisi ndio tunaisikia the most, na sometimes sisi ndio tunaiombea the most. When you go back home today, there is something that they maybe wrongly taught me in Sunday school, but I find it a good lesson. That you would rather believe in God, and when you, nimesikia Mama Edren amesema ameokoka, so you would rather believe in God, and when you transit to the afterlife, you meet God, you will have no regrets. More than doubt God and transit to the afterlife and meet that He actually exists. It is the same challenge I give you on SHA. You can doubt it, you can say whatever it is, but register. Ile siku utakuwa mgonjwa, you would rather be registered other than not registered, because then you shall experience the full benefits of SHA. Now, Mheshimiwa Betty had told me about that contribution from the President and the Deputy President, and because it has been announced, I will not go back there. I will therefore, I think, now give my bit, because, good Chairman, it's not my style to come to meetings and leave, but as I've told you, I've come from Bere, and I must go back, because then tomorrow morning I start very early. So I'll also be seeking permission to go back. I will, to the contribution that has been done, maybe the treasurer, I will give, I can come where you are, you don't have to leave. I will give 130, but this is 150. 150 because I've been told, other than the day that Mama Adrian has picked, there are 2 more days of meeting, today and that other day. So I'll pay for the hall for those 2 other remaining days. Thank you very much. And now allow me to say the last thing, then I will sit down. I promised you the last time we were here, I don't quite remember what we were doing, but the last time we were together at Blue Springs, I promised you that we were going to sort the issue of CMOs and Kekobo. And allow me to use a funeral platform to basically address, because it touches our lives. I have spent the last 1 year dealing, I have film, I have fashion, but I decided to focus on music for the last 1 year, because that's where the most suffering and pain is. I am proud to announce today that we are 98% done. I had hoped that I would come here and say 100%. I will be coming to you. I've met matatu owners, I've met NTSA, I have met CMOs, I have met Kekobo, and there has been a cartel. Tuambiane ukweli, there has been a cartel. Some people have been collecting and making the money. Collecting and eating to collect. Collecting and eating. And those people are known. I am not afraid to say their names because you know them. But I will not do that in Betty's function. But let me say this. We have now reached a point where we are going to collect and distribute automatically, without human interference, on e-citizen. Again, the 2% is because there is a cartel domiciled at Kekobo, and unfortunately Kekobo is government, who believe we must have a system, ile wamekuwa wanakuya nayo ndio tuitoe pale iko tuilete e-citizen. I use this platform to announce to them, poleni kwenu. In the next 1 month, we will have a system that's developed by e-citizen developers, and it will not make money for anyone. Iki collect TV, 70% goes to musicians, 30% goes to the CMOs. Because we must appreciate, ile sheria tulijipatia, CMOs must be part of it. Lakini the 70% is not theirs, and because we are going to help them with a digital system, by next year we'll be pushing them to give musicians 80%. Lakini wacha kwanza tuanze na kujaribu the 70% to happen for the first distribution that will happen by March next year. 70% will go to musicians, and 30% will go to administration, and that is automatically. To Kekobo, you better get it right within the next 2 weeks. Nimesema nikutana na NTSA, nikutana na wengine, sijakutana na musicians. Nikiwaita, I will be calling you to help me tell some people some truth. Nikikuja msiniwachilie, nimepigana hiyo vita in the back room without you. Why I have decided to meet you last, ni ili munisaidie in case I don't make the 20%. I will ask you, because every time you push them, they tell you copyright is a private right by musicians. So I want to go with you, and so that you can tell them you don't want their style, you want the style that works. Wow. God bless you and keep you. Evangelist, you are challenged us to give, and because I won't make to church on Sunday, na ulisema wewe ndio unatumanga unatuombea, nataka kutuma unitolee sadaka Sunday.
How come you are here? I never thought you could come to this, so I'm very happy. Sorry, I didn't assume you. I honor you, and so you can add 5,000 more. God bless you, sir.
Thank you. God bless you, good people, and keep you.
Appreciate Mheshimiwa Dennis Itumbi kwa makofi. Appreciate him better. You can do better. Thank you, Mhesh. Asante sana. I'm a happy man. Murigo ni ameana shia evangelist. Murigo. Maoromai. Bahale rokinya ni Murigo. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Murigo. Mpaka
Senator
Mbai.
Senator na
please. Wale nimeruhusu wafanye movement ni Mheshimiwa Dennis na Bayo. Wengine tutulie tu kama dakika 5. Please. Tupatieni 10 minutes. Karango.